Everything you want in life, I believe, is right outside your comfort zone.
Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Sunday Night Live.
There's definitely a switch inside each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So, like, think about the walls here.
Yeah.
Even when the lights are off, there's electricity in these walls. Even during your worst moments, there is vitality ripping through your veins. There is an electrical life force within you. And life can turn that switch off, but it's still there.
What makes a lion a lion? I'm looking because if I can find out what makes a lion, I can help you turn that switch on. Because we all have it. That switch is in all of us. It's in a high school dropout. That switch is in someone who was homeless and ate out of trash. That switch exists in all of us. And I knew if I could turn the switch on, and if I could teach you how to turn that switch on.
All over America, neighborhoods are changing. Older places are becoming revitalized, redeveloped. There's probably one close to you. This is known as gentrification, renovating or improving an area to raise its value to middle-class standards. Now, the process can take a while, but it'll create new houses, trendy restaurants, hip coffee shops. And it'll increase property value. What's not to love? Well, for many residents, it's not so great. With the process of values going up, and the lack of affordable housing, and the inability to keep up with the increasing cost to live, it'll eventually displace many lower-income families. Most often damaged by this process, minority groups. You see, for many, urban renewal, it can mean minority removal, and there are potentially more negative outcomes for existing residents than benefits. In most places, gentrification is inevitable as society moves forward. But at City Fields, we believe that it can be done better. We believe it's the responsibility of everyone to manage the process of gentrification in a way that provides dignity to everyone. So let's work with existing residents so we can amplify their voice, create development plans that include existing low-income residents. This will create an environment of dignity and justice for all residents. Managing gentrification justice for everyone.
Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Sunday Night Live with author Eric Johnson. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? We're going to give everybody a chance to get tuned in. Feeling excited tonight. What y'all eat today? I had a vegetable plate from Mother's Basket. Mother's Basket DeSoto, 208 Northampton, DeSoto, Suite C. I'm telling you, wifey is throwing down like you wouldn't believe. Shout out to my wife, Jackie. Shout out to my kids, RJ. Booby, Kyra, Bubba, and Erica. Shout out to my grandbaby, Puka, the whole family, my mom and dad, my brother, host of family and friends. How y'all feeling on this Sunday? Y'all chime in and let me know if I'm clear. If you can hear me okay, let me know. And we'll get ready to get started here in just a second. Put what you ate in the comments. Y'all know I'm a big boy. I like to know what you ate. Like I said, I had the vegetable plate, yams, cabbage, black-eyed peas, and dressing is what I had on today. Leaders or readers, book of the week, y'all. Illogical by Emmanuel Cho. Saying Yes to a Life Without Limits. This book is fire. Thanks to my wife, Jackie. She told me to get that. Illogical, Emmanuel Acho. We're going to get ready to get started here in just a second. I'm going to run through some information. I like to play that video in the beginning because this topic, gentrification, which is episode 2, is a serious topic, but it's kind of confusing to a lot of people, including me, prior to 2016, 17. That's when I kind of got wind of it. And I realized it was going on right here in my city, which is Dallas, Texas. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Amy, what's up, baby? You all right? Mama made steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans. On next week, go ahead and give you guys a heads up. On next week, we'll have episode 3 about special education, special needs with my niece, Amy Williams, who's doing some amazing things in that particular space. Been doing it over 14 years, guys. So we definitely always want to hear from the experts, if possible, on that particular subject. So next week, special education, special needs. But tonight, we're talking about gentrification. Gentrification. Gonna give everybody a chance to get chimed in. Gentrification is something that it's like a fancy word with devastating effects, is what I realized just from my research. And I'm gonna present a couple of good, what's good, Elbert? Elbert Thomas in the building, my brother, the King, salute. Call back in, El. I don't know why it's saying your device is not connected. But I got time tonight. I'm gonna wait on you, man. Just we're gonna get you in here shortly. I wanted to go over a couple things, couple words that we got to kind of go back to the beginning to understand gentrification. And the first word that popped up when I was doing my research was redlining. Redlining, where I don't know if you guys saw an article recently in the Dallas Morning News that talked about lending south of I-30. And so what happened back in the day, they had these strategic maps. And I'm going to show you a map that kind of explains what I'm saying. If you will, give me just a second. And this is what gentrification typically looks like. I know y'all been seeing that all over town. You have something that's been there for years next to something that's brand new. It's happening all over town here, and it's happening all over the country. What is it? Gentrification is a process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. I'm sorry. Who's most vulnerable to displacement? That means the people that are currently there are having to move out. Number one, persons of color are the most vulnerable to be displaced. And I'm going to throw this in my own definition, replaced. People 25 and older without a bachelor's degree, renters, people making at or below 80% of the median family income, and households with children of poverty. This is the map I wanted you to see. The yellow is Dallas. It shows that Dallas is a very multicultural city, but it's also very segregated. If you look to the red on the right, upper right, that's North Dallas. That's primarily majority white. If you look at the blue, which is Southern Dallas, remember I was talking about below I-30, that is majority black. So we have majority white in the red, majority black in the blue, and the Hispanics, majority Hispanic, they've moved east and west, which is apparent in the green. So I wanted to give you guys a kind of gist of what gentrification is, how it's going to affect the city. And I also want to offer some solutions. And I want to have two special guests join me to just give their point of view on this very complex topic. Hey, Dad, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all all right today? I know y'all ate Mother's Basket as well. Elbert says, let me see. Okay, it's blocked your mic and camera. Try to use Google Chrome as your browser, El. I've realized a lot of other browsers, Safari and so forth, you may even have to uninstall, reinstall. I know that sounds crazy, or call on your phone. I need you on this live tonight. Brother Gracie, I really see it in West Dallas. West Dallas is one of the most gentrified areas in the city. West Dallas is one of the most gentrified areas in the city. So redlining, that was kind of dividing the city. We're saying we're a very multicultural, complex city racially, but I'm here to tell you that it's still segregated. The majority white are in the north side of town. The majority blacks are in the south side of town. Let me tell you what happened. Years ago, they had something called white flight, which basically took the income from Center City, white residents, let's say here in Dallas. They lived back in South Dallas back in the day. They lived there. They were there. White flight says they all left the urban areas and went to what's called the suburban areas. So that's called the suburbs. Well, now that's going in reverse. Gentrification causes those white residents of the city that have been living in the suburbs for the last 30, 40 years. Now they want to get back Center City, that property value around Dallas Zoo, West Dallas, East Dallas. Now we're even seeing South Dallas on the boom of gentrification. And so that's something to know. That's something to learn about if you don't know about it. And if you do have an opinion, I see you, El. I'm about to add y'all in just a second. If you see it trending, then I want to tell you what it is tonight. And I'd like to offer some solutions on how we can get on the right side of the issue. What do you mean, Eric? Well, I'm talking about gentrification, but I'm a home builder, ironically. Started building about 6 years ago. I'm just building away, building. That's my job. I had no idea that there was a plan that had been devised in a city that doesn't have a housing policy that was going to make me look like, man, you're actually contributing. And you know what, y'all? I am. I'm guilty for doing my job, which is I build homes, but I had no idea the effect that it would have on property taxes in the areas that I was building. I had no idea that it would raise the rents astronomically for the people in that area. So one thing I did was I partnered with a brother named Chris Keith, and Chris has something called Community First Home Buyers Initiative, and that intrigued me. When we went through all the details, I realized that it was basically affordable housing. That's getting on the right side of the issue. If you think about neighborhoods gentrifying, a good way to look at it is think about back in 07, 08, 09, subprime loans affected African Americans disproportionately, and the investors came running. Well, what do you mean, Eric? I mean, folk lost it all. Y'all heard about this thing that happened in between 07, 08, 09. The market collapsed. A lot of those loans were being called. A lot of those houses were being foreclosed on. And so when that happened, it displaced a lot of people, and the investors came running in. Gentrification looks like real estate speculation, which, flipping properties, high-end development, more profits for the developers and the investors. You see increased investment in neighborhood amenities with gentrification, parks, transit, all kind of things happen when gentrification takes place. There's change in the character of the neighborhood. Community-run businesses are typically pushed out by increased rent, evictions, and other displacement measures. But just from me watching it myself, I've noticed that typically the businesses that move into the neighborhood that's been gentrified is catering to the new residents, not the existing residents. So if a 501c3 was in that gentrified area, they're going to be pushed out also because the people that they serve are no longer in that space. Let me add two brothers real quick, y'all. L, what up, L? Chris Keith, what up?
Hey, what's going on, good brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Good, man. You got it. Gentrification, y'all. L, I'm gonna start with you. Give me your insight on this fancy word with a devastating effect.
Man, it's crazy. What's up, Chris?
How you doing, my brother?
All right, my brother. All right, man. It's a fact. I hate that I missed the Builders Roundtable, man. I registered for it, but I had so much that has been going on for the last couple of weeks. So
Builders Roundtable was fire. Salute to the brother Chris Keith.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah, that was super dope. I love it.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna miss no more of those. So salute to you, my brother.
I will be back. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, E. So yeah, gentrification is really heavy, man. Because some of the research and some of the things that I've learned about gentrification and being a part of a major city like Dallas in this robust economy and what's going on here, gentrification to me is really it's really wealth. It's wealth stealing because everything kind of is systematic. These areas are used to be they're blighted areas. They were rejected areas for a lot of years through redlining and subprime issues, and they disinvestment where all the business leave these areas. And so as these suburbs start to get to where it's either too far from the inner city or there's an urban renewal and people want to get back to these cities, they always hit the most susceptible group of people. And what it is, they have all these modifiers and plugins, if you will, for code of behavior that brings the wealth so badly down in these areas to where they come in and through zoning and different changes. And so they can put a retail center here, they can do a restaurant there. And so all of a sudden, they're able to come in there and start to buy these properties at a very, very low discounted price point because it's already blighted. And then they come in here and they tear down one house, which is what you showed earlier. And then it affects the value of all the outlying properties around that said property to the point where these folks are displaced because they can't afford that fast, rapid growth in taxation. So they get in there and they buy these properties dirt cheap from people who are not knowledge educated. Unfortunately, there are people. They get in there, they put up new properties, they got this cheap acquisition of land, and then they go in there. They're creating all this wealth from nothing, and so it's just really equity stealing from people who unsuspecting. They don't know how to keep the properties up, hold on to it, be a part of that shift that happens. So you look at these areas, and all of a sudden, in 3 to 4 years of this transition, these properties that are still there that didn't sell out or didn't get torn down, they're worth $500,000 to $600,000. Next to houses that have been torn down and built that are worth $800,000 and $1 million. Now, where am I getting my information from? Because we have a family property in the Elm Thicket area, which is over by Love Field. Family had that property since the 50s and 60s. And you talking about Oriole, Inwood, Mockingbird area, Thrush, Robin. These properties are going for $200,000 or $300,000 for the land, and you have these builders going in, tearing the properties, raising them, and they're building these 3,000 and 4,000 square foot houses that when they're finished are getting sold way before they're even finished for $700,000 to $1.5 million easily.
Right.
And
hold on just a second, L. Does either one of y'all have the live on another device? It seems like I'm hearing an echo. Like if you have it on your TV or you got it on your phone, something outside of what you're broadcasting on now. If you do, you can just turn the volume down. You don't have to turn it off, but just make sure y'all volumes are down. L, you said a mouthful. Mm-hmm. Chris, do you want to piggyback on top of that?
I'm listening.
Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just see it in two folds. And I remember they had, when I first got involved with land and stuff, not even building. I was only in building. I was just pushing prevent gentrification. They had this program in the city of Dallas called the Neighborhood Up, which is these private developers and all this stuff. And the mayor was pushing it, but it was really really a land grab, right? So by the time I started getting involved, we helped get that out the way. But I had to start really saying, what is gentrification? Really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And who is really gentrifying the areas? So then when I looked at it, I said, the majority of the black builders, of the builders in the community are black builders right now, straight up. People like myself, people like Eric, other builders, Black Island, Quincy. I know about 30 black builders in the neighborhoods that's building homes, right?
Right.
So when I started looking at it, I say, damn, is it gentrification when black people build homes in the community? And I was telling Brother Eric, like, brother, I can't say it's really gentrification when it's your own people, but I can say if we have to be able to be in line with what we got and what we do, we can push and say, man, we've been gentrified forever across America. It ain't gonna stop. Straight up. I mean, it's the same fight. I think it goes more down to us as black people getting involved and knowing the land that you own or acquire or that you don't own and go acquire to build our own wealth in our own communities, man. I mean, because realistically, the hedge fund people, I mean, this has been the same thing they've been doing forever. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to Eric and I was like, well, shit, E? He said, well, I feel bad. I'm gentrifying the neighborhood. I said, you're not really gentrifying the neighborhood. You building at market rate. If you buy a lot for $65,000, what you just bought for, and it costs you $180,000 to build a house, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you're gonna sell it for about $300,000 so you can at least make some money back, or there's no reason why you building a house. Now, when you building your houses, and I see it in my own eyes, you putting other black folks in these houses, right? So you think about the people that's already there and the taxes. So it do raise the taxes up. And that's what I think a big issue was when we was talking to the city about putting a cap on the seniors. I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people don't like it, but I'm gonna say, man, it's on us as black people to go and get involved and know what the hell we doing. And I'm talking about the everyday black people, because when we out here and your grandma houses got back taxes on it, and you out here in the streets, but you got $500 shoes on, you got bling on, you got a brand new car, but the taxes on your house and your land is worth more than all that. You don't even deal, then people come buy from you, whether it's white, black, brown, whatever. It's the business.
Right. Let me say this. One of the solutions, I just don't want to talk about it without offering some solutions, but one of the solutions to gentrification is education, which is basically what you're saying. People need to be educated on their grandmother's land, and half the people don't know about taxes. If they do know about them, they don't pay them. So that property ends up getting lost. So organization, like you have the Community First Home Buyers Initiative. Elbert is a builder that, he's a black builder building in the DFW Metroplex. We're all on the same page. So I would call that the organization part. And then we have to educate our people to, like, when I'm making a post saying, hey, don't sell your land, no matter what. And I'm a builder saying this. People may think my style is unorthodox, but if a neighborhood is being gentrified, it doesn't matter the race of the people that's doing the gentrification or doing the gentrifying. I mean, would you agree, Albert, or no?
So it's way deeper than what we currently understand, because we're not part of the very beginning process of all this, and I do believe that we should be educated. I think a lot of us are involved. They're getting caught up with stuff that's really, it doesn't matter. Like Brother Chris was saying about the shoes and all the stuff we're spending money on, but yeah, you got a family asset that nobody's paying attention to. That
Exactly.
that can be prevented from being gentrified. Now I get that. Now here's the thing that I have an issue with. I think gentrification is going to happen because you do have capital improvement. What it is these areas are so blighted and so worn down that when we come in as black builders, we're actually not so much doing it as a equity or wealth grab from our people. What we're doing is taking advantage of being in business as a home builder and doing for our families. Now, when you talk about the area of Zane and Jefferson, where they go in there and just clean 3, 4, 5 blocks, put up 19 stories and all that kind of stuff, that is so much big money that we're not even privy to, don't understand. That is what I would call gentrification. What you and I are doing, we're improving these areas and making a living and make these areas look really nice. We're not building mega mansions. We're not really going in there and making it to where these houses, where one next door is worth, realistically should be worth about 90,000, but because of something next door that got built for 600,000, this raggedy house is now worth 210. So we're not in that game, and the areas that we're choosing to build in, we're still in Oak Cliff, we're still in Dallas, most of us. We're still taking advantage of these lots and building a house and doing for our families. Now, I can say that a lot of us, this problem is an education piece that is way before we get to saving our properties and paying our taxes. This is a mindset of our black people's mindset of what we do and what we don't value as what we should put our money into. Because would this property be desirable if black people kept it up? Probably not, because the reason why they're gentrifying because it's on the cheap. Remember, they're doing this because it's on the cheap, and then they're going to bring wealth in it by the creation that they bring to it with the new properties. They create the wealth. So it would not have had the value if they weren't interested in buying it. It's only value because it's dirt cheap. The system brought it down so low to where it's so dirt cheap, and they know what they're going to do. They control finance, they control wealth, they control all of it. So when they come in with rezoning, they handle this thing on a political level. Rezoning, they allow for tall buildings, they allow for a retail storefront, and so they do the roads. They start changing where trains go, so they know what they're doing. This value can't come in unless it's at a much higher level. So we're talking about areas where land's worth $400,000 or $500,000. It don't happen with what you and I are doing. It happens on a bigger level. So that's what I call gentrification, when it happens at a multi-million-dollar level. So I think we need to make sure that what we're speaking to is not crushing our entrepreneurship. Is trying to build houses. We're attacking areas that Big Mama and them lived in, and cleaning out everything and putting stuff that you and I are not even in the game for. So
let me say this, El, and I hate to cut you off. I just want both of y'all to see what I'm seeing. If a neighborhood is being gentrified, Elbert, cut your volume down just a hair. If a neighborhood is being gentrified, it doesn't matter who's doing it. Case in point, there's Hispanic builders in, let's say, West Dallas right now, building up like a storm, just like we are. There's white builders, developers. I mean, the builders are multicultural, but what I'm trying to get y'all to see is that it's happening to the area. If all three of us on here, like, we all build, right? If we stop building tomorrow, it's still going to go on. It doesn't matter who does the gentrifying. Right. It's happening. Now, let me put up the definition, and I want all us to break it down little by little. The process where the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people. That's what El was saying. And Chris is saying that it's typically improving housing, while currently, this is what I'm saying, displacing current inhabitants in the process. That's what I missed when I was doing my research with gentrification. I don't feel bad because I'm a home builder. It's my job. But I do feel bad that, hey, when you look in Trinity Groves, you look off Singleton, and you look on a street called Nomus, y'all look it up once we're done, and you see a property listed for $1 million, you start realizing that this thing was by design. Right. It was bigger than what we could contribute. And I just want to raise awareness that one of the solutions also is to educate the community to speak for themselves. to talk to those developers. And Chris, that's something you probably can relate to. It down at the city, none of us are down there raising no sand and fighting for ourselves. Chris, would you like tell me, tell the viewers about that aspect of
man, I was in the Builders Roundtable the other day. The people were speaking about black builders. I had a lady call me the other day and was like, well, why at the round table, why you keep saying black builders, black builders, black builders? And when it's Mexican people and white people in the crowd, I said, well, we as black people and black builders are the one who's not involved. We're not down at the city looking at what's going on. No one can even go look at the 50-year plan and the projection of Oak Cliff and Southern Dallas. They got a 50-year plan already mapped out. I mean, I've seen it, but we have to be able to get involved and go get information that's going to be predicate to your community. What I realize is this, and I say this, man, because I'm just straight on us, bro. I don't really, I look at stuff like, what are we gonna do? We already know it's gonna do, but man, we don't care. I'm just being real. Like, you know how many people that we reach out to do? You tell people every day, people don't care if it ain't an instant gratification of financial profit at the very moment, then we not caring. And I was pushing, I got into it, man. I mean, I ran the political campaign with Eric Wilson. Man, I was only people lying so hard that they told me you ain't doing nothing no more. From the mayor, Mike Rollins, to AC Gonzalez and them at the city, because I'm pushing, hey man, we ain't gonna gentrify. But when I sit in here and fussing and cussing out these white folks and other black politicians, then you turn around and look behind your back, who got your back? They ain't nobody even caring. You know what I'm saying? They ain't caring. So when I was saying the fact that it's almost like classism, man, within black people, because you got the older black folks who they already capped on their land taxes, so they ain't going up. But then you got the newer black folks who moving in from different states or different parts who saying, I'm moving in my neighborhood. But at the same time, you got other black folks who just ain't trying to invest in their properties, who gonna go, like I said, they're gonna spend everything else but on their house. They don't even understand equity, or they do, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like they don't know, because you own property. Your mama's or your daddy, somebody gave you property, you know what it is. You just saying, I ain't gonna go spend that $300 on this, man. Forget that.
That's something.
Now, on the gentrification side,
yeah, I ain't mean to cut you off, but I'm just thinking it's something. It's amazing how people lose their property over the taxes. That's how Granddad and them lost all them hundreds of acres that they had down home. They didn't realize that those owners, our grandparents, great grandparents,
slave for that.
They got tricked out of their land, and so.
Man, I was with a lady the other day, maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Do you remember the property I had that was on Castlevar for $50,000? Remember?
Yes.
And so when I got to doing all the stuff, man, I'm gonna do it, and the lady and them family had back taxes on it. So I tell the lady, no, I'm not gonna buy the property. I'm gonna show you how to get the taxes out so you can build your own house for your own folks. You know what I'm saying? They just want the money. You feel me? Like literally, they just want the money.
But see, that's what we got to do, Chris. We got to stand up through like what you started, the Community First Home Buyers Initiative, and educate. The Community First Home Buyers Initiative. You know why I like it? Is because we only have but a limited inventory, which means everybody that we help, we're not going to be able to sell them a house, and we got to let folks know this is no strings attached education. We have to let you know if you're a 580 or better, you can buy. We got to let folks know if y'all got some land in the family, hold on to it. How many people have y'all seen in the last 30 days on social media saying, hold on to your land?
None, man, because they want to sell it. They want them. We're so consumers now. And Brother L, he know we consumers. We consume everything. We don't want to be owners no more. And to me, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to own, we don't want the responsibility of the tax, we don't want the responsibility of the insurance, we don't want the responsibility of having to cutting the grass, we don't want the responsibility of making sure that the household is fixed. I'm just saying, and to us as Black Americans, understand or overstand the value of what you have already, then we're gonna be in this last place. But Eric, you know everybody you bought a house from or that you sold a house to, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna say 95% of people been Black folks. I'm sure.
Hispanic.
Hispanic. Okay. And
Yeah.
there you go. The ones I've been doing is Black. Most of them Hispanic. A lot of them Hispanic too. But what I'm saying is, so even with that niche, why are Hispanic people more involved when they come in the same situation? So why these Hispanic people saying, nah, I'm gonna save my money, I'm gonna go buy this property. No, I'm gonna go get this 585 and get this house. Bro, I got two pilots been working for 5 years in the house and job. They won't even, I try to get my house. They rather rent.
It all just boiled back down to education, though, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
That
how long do you educate people? How long do you educate people? How many people before us been educating people?
Well, I don't think either one of us knew until it was already too late. Like, when was this 50-year plan devised? We weren't
It's been
around,
going
but
on
it's in
for
place. Yeah,
this been going on for umpteen years.
It's been going on since the GI Bill back after World War II, when those brothers returned from the military and they couldn't get those same opportunities of lending that their white counterparts could, and they had just fought in the same war. So
if we already know that, in my opinion, we already know that the cards are stacked against us, like any other situation. All right, El? Then why we don't value what we got, and why we don't care? And I'm not saying let's keep whatever. I'm saying, man, if we don't care, then we're gonna be butt out regardless of what you say, I say, anybody say, because it's not gonna stop the growth of the area, and that's America. I'm just saying we gotta get people involved. Me personally, my aim is put as many Black people in houses as possible with income and equity with community first. The house that we put out, I'm trying to get. I mean, they was like, well, you can't do that. I said, I'm only putting Black folks in my house with at least $60,000 to $70,000 worth of equity coming into the house. You know what I'm saying? So they can understand money and say, well, if I got $70,000 of equity coming in after a year or two, paying out my notes, I can pull out 150 and start some stuff for my family. People got land right now that they can build on, but they don't even do it because they don't care. And I mean, I'm talking about, bro, I'm talking to people every day like, man, your mama on this, bro, why you want to build a house? Hey, man, I ain't trying to do all that stuff. I'm like, damn, bro, what you mean? But you gonna come to my house, you want to come see me build and say how good it is. I'm trying to put you on, build your own stuff. And that ain't a concern of you though. But you sell the end result of other people. So gentrification is real. When you talk stuff like Brooklyn, New York, like El talking about, they took whole buildings out over there. But when it comes to our neighborhoods, man, in my opinion, man, we need to build how many houses we can and put Black folks in them at the best rate they can, at the lowest rate. And some Black folks just ain't gonna get in there because they don't care. But if we put other Black people in there and bring up the property value in their community, to me, that's good. My dad's house is $80,000 when he bought it. It's $280,000 now. He happy. He's 76. He like, man, keep it coming.
Yeah, but see, Daddy ain't paying taxes.
He ain't paying taxes.
76.
He just Pops ain't paying taxes.
Yeah, Daddy been exempt since he was what, 65. So,
but yeah, you know what, guys?
El, hold on, right quick. El, you want to jump in here and come on?
Yes. Can y'all hear me? Because I think I turned myself down a little bit.
No, you sound great. Yeah, come on.
Okay, all right, excellent. Yeah, so I mean, this is really important, y'all. I mean, this is American wealth. I mean, your real estate holdings, your equity is how most of people, working class people, are able to have any kind of generational wealth. It's through this real estate stuff. So
right.
So I think this and a lot of other issues we're dealing with in our community has this stuff goes back to our value system. I remember hearing from I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Claude Anderson stuff, man, and our problem is that you got Jewish people who do not get their kids 8, 9, 12, 15 years old excited about playing sports. They get them excited about finances, the American system. And I'm not knocking sports and everything else, but I'm telling you, our value system is shot. I mean, it's fun to be Pee Wee League and all that kind of fun play. Get your physique and stuff going, and learn teamwork and accomplishment and winning. I get that, but as soon as your formative years, we really should start. Men and girls and boys, we have got to get ourselves on wherever our problem is where we should put the emphasis. And our emphasis is that when we start getting 15, 16 years old, the first thing these generation, I don't know what they're in now, Z or whatever, and we're into clothes, cars, each other. We're into silly stuff. And so we're not competitive in this US of A. In America ain't nothing but America's for sale. And I feel
you're right.
And we instead, I mean, we need to be a part of the transformation of wealth. But I think if people knew better, they would do better. I think we have responsibility as grown folks, and all of us who are cognizant right now to teach these young folks that all that fun and stuff we talking about, we see on TV, and all this playing cars and rims, that is retarded. That's for the birds. It don't get us nowhere. In this real game, when you hit 18, 19, 21 years old, life gonna smash you right in the nose. And we don't get a hold of our finances, our money situation, we losing again and again and again. We're gonna be out the money game and at the bottom of the bottom before we know it. In about a year 2040 something, they say 2030, 2050 something, because our value is in the wrong place. We should be more so all this stuff. If we talk to you about equity, appreciation, transferred wealth, we talk about inheritance, taxes, entrepreneurship, S corps, LLCs, things that really matter to us. Credit. We're not talking about none of this stuff. In the Jewish,
exactly,
right,
the Asians, the Hispanics, now everybody is talking about it. We're on something else, and it's high time we get off of it, because
let me tell you something.
Yes, gentrification is going to be the thing that's going to happen, whether we like it or not, like you said. But we got to get it. We got to catch up. We got to run and catch up and jump on the train. It ain't going to stop. Education and awareness is going to make us get on that train.
Man, I'm going to tell you something, Brother L. And it's facts. And this is a true story. I'm talking about me, Chris Keith. My son played AAU basketball, AAU baseball, AAU soccer. I told his mama, I say, today, I said, I'm going to stop paying to come to any of this stuff. I said, the same amount of money I had to spend or we had to spend to put into this, man, I'm taking that same amount of money. By the time in the 9th grade, he's going to own his own building company, own at least 2 or 3 houses. Because I'm telling her, and I calculated up, we done spent over $60,000 in fucking fees and fines over 3 to 5 years.
Chris, no cussing.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
That
Excuse
man
me, y'all.
No, you good.
But I'm saying we done spent over $60,000 over 4 years, and that's for fees, traveling, all this stuff for an emotional being for my son. But I'm telling him, you need money every day.
Yeah. He needs to be with you on the job site.
Real
you
talk.
follow me?
Man,
because
boy, he going with me this summer.
Real talk.
And I'm telling his mama and say, look, this ain't benefiting him. Other than him having fun and the sport, I'm going at because L said some real stuff. And I told my friend, and they parents said, man, look at this gym. It's packed out. All black people. All black people. Each one of us pay $150 to $200 a month in fees on sports. Not talking about traveling, not talking about all this other stuff, right? So we got this smoke screen to where we think this is the limelight, and we don't think we're gonna live past a certain quality time, so we need to be happy right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, and I'm saying this because of me, and I'm part of the problem. Man, we gotta stop that, because we gotta put financial literacy at the forefront, like L was saying, of what we're doing, and let kids understand money. Man, I show my son that check, boy, $10,000. His eyes, yeah, you do that for houses.
Now that'll get to the attention. That's the talk about. That's what I had to. About.
Yeah,
I had to, bro, because he don't understand they don't understand, and we don't teach the essence of what finances really is to our kids to trickle down, so they can say, well, if I do this contract, I told my friend, bro, you going out here on the corner hustling weed, but I try to get you a contract to do $500 a week. But he didn't want to do that.
Not interested in it.
It don't look good. His boys ain't gonna.
It don't look good. It look. You see what I'm saying?
He ain't got the swag. He ain't swagging out on these streets.
He ain't looking like the TV.
Yeah. He ain't getting no attention.
What our value is, and I think I seen the comments saying our value and our L, you're 1,000%, man. we're in America, brother Eric and brother L and the audience. We come in here as property, as own property, realistically. So we need to go own property. You know what I'm saying? They own our black cells back then. Now we need to go understand who we go get property in the 21st century. Yeah, right. In 2050, we out of here. That ain't far. That ain't far. We'll be 60, 65, and we don't have no assets, no nothing. So I'm gonna direct. Man, I'm just one of the type of people like I'm gonna direct everything back to us. My dad, 26 years in the army. My stepdad, 28 years in the army. My whole family military, all my family. And the first thing what I've been learning in life is if you go with somebody and something happened to you, then it's your fault, Chris. I said, why you said it? He said, because you chose to make the decision to even go with them. You know what I'm saying? So we choose not to get involved. And then I was telling Brother Ed, we're on a text thread, like, Brother E, man, I don't know, man. It's on us. We can get mad all we want, but it's on us at the end of the day because don't nobody care about us. But if we don't care about ourselves, and then we so quick to, and I'm saying it because I'm mad about the dude the other day talking about why you keep saying black builders and you got everybody else. Nobody else include us in their stuff. We want to include everybody else in our stuff.
Let me say this. At the Builders Roundtable, you told a young lady, she said, you were talking about nonprofits. She said, are these black-owned nonprofits? And you said, no, she said majority owned. And you said, no, they're majority in. Let's get in. We're so worried about what's what and all of this, but we're not involved. You know, I like the fact that you're saying black builders because let me say this. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying I'm black? Hold on. What's wrong with saying I'm black? I love black people. I happen to be a builder, and I just want to salute that right now. Why is that racist? I mean, come on. Every other race of people, they elevate their people. They say, you know, we have the Latinos, we have the Asians, we have the Indians. These people have a rich culture. Let me tell you how you know. Little Mexico, Chinatown, places like that, Little Italy, but we don't have our place. And every time we speak, people always misdirect our meaning. We're happy. And Chris, you need to keep saying, good to see this many black builders in one room. We're making black builders.
Unapologetic.
Man, and that bothers me, brother, because I'm telling my hands shaking now because I was so irate with an older black man trying to tell me not to say black builders because we got white folks and Mexican in. And I told him, everybody know that if you come in, this is if the nigga say black island, black people. So if you coming in, they trying to come get our resources and assets as they see we been successful. Why are you trying to include everybody in our stuff? And then they didn't get mad when we come in, Brother L come in and build something that you mad at him because he building a community.
Hating on your own brother.
Right.
You mad at Ed because he got 5 houses on the street and he put them Hispanics in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I told the people at Chase Bank, man, look, man, give me black people. And the people was like, okay. Why you want black people? I say, because y'all got black dollars. I'm not lying, bro. It's called Community Reinvestment Act. Yeah. They have a certain amount of money designed for black builders and black home buyers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on. Can I say period right there? Just they have money set aside for us. Period. It's okay. Y'all stop hating. It's okay for us to get a shot.
Quit being afraid. Quit being afraid to say what you are. We get worried about you setting us back 50 years, man. You better don't be in there saying all that black stuff.
Yeah, Chris, you better keep saying it. Yeah, we gonna change that. We're gonna have a new normal where when you hear black excellence, you start respecting it. When you start hearing black builders, you start looking around because you know we coming and we coming professionally, we coming with class. And we coming to educate.
I'm gonna say one last thing, brother, and I'm gonna say this. And the reason why I bring that mindset up because that's the mindset that we have of taking approach of our communities. Hey man, no, we can't get involved with that. We ain't doing that's too much. I ain't gonna clean the street up. That's too much. That ain't my stuff. But then you see white folks coming in, cleaning up building. Now all of a sudden you mad. You know what I'm saying? You mad. Well, other people take over your stuff, but you didn't let them in. You don't even care about your own stuff. So that's why I'm saying, brothers and audience, man, it's on black people. No matter what's going on in America, if we don't get involved, then we out of it, because they know the fact. Brother L said the blighted situation is blighted, but you know what? It's really not blighted if we go do our part.
Right.
If we go in, you can go get a loan just like them. If you don't know, if your grandma's house messed up, they got a program in the city for roofs. We won't even use it, man. They sent $3 million back because the black people in 75241, 75216, 75237, 75232 will not use the discretionary funds for home repair.
Wow.
You know, I
$3
got
million.
You know what, guys? Y'all know the area of Greenville Avenue and Lakewood area?
Yes.
That's very similar to a lot of those 752, 241s and 216s. And you didn't see those homes that were built around the 40s and the 50s. Those homes get remodeled. They don't get torn down as much. And those homes that are remodeled are worth $500,000.
Come on.
So,
now.
How about one?
So gentrification can benefit those who don't cave in. They can our families in these black areas could have these houses that are kept well, remodeled over the years, and by the time gentrification wants to come in, oh, you got to give me $450 because I know what I got. They're not going to steal these lots because these houses because you owe $1,100 in taxes or $4,000 in taxes. So there is a stoppage to the gentrification when it comes to on a low level through education. If people know what they have their hands on, if they know like Eric was saying, we didn't know about the 50-year plan. We don't know the actual context to how much these properties will be worth based on what's going to happen over the next 4 years when this mass transit or this deck park comes or when all this stuff happens. We don't know the value of what's going to happen to our homes.
Right.
Because we're not plugged in. We don't know. We don't care because our thoughts, we're so messed up psychologically. We're so despondent and so tired, if you will. We're broke down from fighting the system that we don't care. We just want to just have a good time, a good way to live, and let it go. So we don't have enough gumption, enough spunk, enough enthusiasm, or nothing. That's why these areas got trash on the streets, because that's a state of our mind. So as I'm saying, so this needs to be attacked at a very, very core value, which is getting us to be more robust and proud of. It starts with being black. It starts with acknowledging you're black. It starts saying, I'm a black builder. It starts to have that black pride. Because when we allow these things to happen to us because we have self-hate. We don't like nothing that we are. We don't like nothing that we bestow, none of our culture, until somebody else come do something with it. Now we want to come holler. But because we don't have self-awareness and pride of who we are, we let stuff just drive down to the granite, drive down to the bone. And so easy because we're disenchanted, disenfranchised, we're despondent, we're sad, we're broken, we're a broken people. And so when we go to these hoods and see this area, this is an extension of our mindset. And so they know this really well. And they go on there, they pick up the 4 cents on a dollar properties. And they come and change it up, zone it up, put new streets in, new plumbing, and all of a sudden they got all that stuff on the cheap. So we need help. We need help.
I'm gonna say this, Brother Eric and Brother L, y'all just inspired me for my next conversation for the Builders Roundtable. And I want y'all on the panel. But it's going the next conversation for me, and I'm gonna be pushing out for us rather as it's gonna be black landowners.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a education piece of showing the value of their land, how Eric put the charts up. Let's do that and show this was your land back then and show how much it's worth. And then put a dollar amount to it and show how much the dollar is. Because I guess the only thing that cite black folks is money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you put that money figure and say, hey man, you can build this here. It only costs you $5,000 to get a loan to build this and put your own house. You can either keep it or sell it or you can refi. I think that might be one of the contributions we can do, brother. But we gotta know that our folks gotta be able to get involved. So I feel where Brother Eric coming from. I feel Brother L coming from. Also, I'm gonna say let's just put together an event to where we can invite the mass public out. And if you're a black land owner, these are some things you can do with your land. If your mom and them got back taxes issues, come on down. We're gonna hook you up with the people in the county and the city to get these deals on a payment plan to keep your property. We'll show you how to build on your property. I'm with that, Eric.
You're gonna need a bigger space, man, because I mean, you had the Builders Roundtable to capacity, 200 folks. I mean, we're gonna need a bigger space for this type of event for sure.
Wow.
Let me show a short video, y'all, and then just kind of break the monotony, and then we're gonna come back hard. Y'all, give me 2 seconds. I want y'all to look at something real quick.
This is in part why President Biden issued an executive order back in January, intended to right the historical wrongs Black folks have faced when it comes to housing and home ownership in this country. But first, let's take it back.
The dawn of the 20th century, African Americans in major cities lived scattered throughout the city. They weren't segregated particularly. It's only with the Great Migration of 6 to 7 million African Americans north and west escaping the South, the predominant response of the United States government and state and local governments to the Great Migration was to contain Black people in their own neighborhoods. And HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, was particularly a part of this role. With the precursors to HUD, introduced and encouraged racially restrictive covenants, redlining of every major city where African Americans landed. The federal government was a sponsor of urban renewal, infamously called Negro removal by the great James Baldwin.
Urban renewal, which means moving the Negroes out. It means Negro removal. That is what it means. And the federal government is an accomplice.
What y'all think about that?
That's heavy, E. You know, I tell everybody there's a book with by Dr. Claude Anderson, Black Labor, White Wealth. And a lot of what the professor is saying is so spot on. There is the U.S. government is very complicit in ordering and sanctionizing these things that we're dealing with even to this very day. You see, sometimes you watch ABC Dateline, all that kind of stuff. What they doing? This Black couple sitting in the house, and they're trying to get their house refinanced, and the appraiser comes, and their value is $100,000 less than what everybody else is getting. They do it again, remove the Black people, remove their personal effects, and then the white folks sit in there, the house comes back at value. I mean, this stuff, there's this real silent system racist behavior that a lot of people say don't exist. It happens in 2022. And we just have to be more vigilant and understanding what it is, quit being afraid to talk about it, quit being afraid to identify who we are, and stand strong to the face of power and say, this is what it is. You know, we're not going to sweep it on the rug again. We're not going to tone down. We're going to come straight forward with it 100%. And you're going to address it. You know, y'all going to deal with what we see y'all doing, because everybody's coming over here in less than 15 years, 20 years, one generation are in, and they're already got $1 million net worth. And our folks been here before slavery, and some of us got here during slavery. But this wealth that we're not accumulating is because there's a systematic stopgaps and wrenches in the system that makes this not applicable to us. We got to know what it is. We can't sit around our hands with our eyes closed watching reality shows and not get into the real deal of America. America is for sale, and we need to be purchasing it.
Man, brother L, on April 27th, and I'm gonna put a flyer in there. We're gonna do this big deal, a call to action. Councilman Casey Thomas been fighting hard for this equity inclusion institution at the city of Dallas. From us being not Black builders and Black homeowners and stuff, hasn't been able to
write that down,
get involved, you know what I'm saying, and been discriminated against, right? And I think it's gonna be one of the first ones. They're gonna actually be putting funds to it, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta have Black people come in and say, hey man, we want in. Or give me what's mine.
Right. Give me what's
Stick
mine.
them up. I mean, give me what's mine. You know, give me what's owed.
This gonna be at City Hall. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. April 27th is gonna be a big old deal. So that video that you just showed, Brother Eric, of Biden, Councilman Casey Thomas actually pushed this hard to where it's gonna be trickled down to right here locally, and we ought to be. And Brother Eric and L, we gonna be the builders that is involved heavily that I know of because we are here fighting front line. But we got to get more black people involved because we can't be the only builders. We got to put all black people build, all landowners. But we don't know the policy. People don't even know about it. I'm like, dang, he been screaming it, but people it don't register saying, hey, what is an equity study?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the housing equity study that these people talking about? They're saying, hey man, nah, black people ain't been getting their fair share of bill. They haven't been getting their fair share of funding from the city to even build their communities. And that's why all of a sudden that lady was talking and smack like, Miss, you ain't even come down to City Hall and even find out.
Right.
But you want to get mad about some people that got an old house and you want to take the house, but the people live three doors down. But you as a black woman wouldn't even go knock on the folks' door and say, what can we do to get this going? But you want to go complain to the white folks on the person. I mean, you heard the lady.
I think it just go back to education, Chris. We have to educate even people in our race that don't get it at this time. We are going to have faith that hopefully like ladies like her get it over time just by seeing it in action. You know, us organizing, us educating, because even me, y'all, when I first started hearing the word gentrification, I really didn't understand it. I really didn't even look it up till maybe, you know, a year or so after I heard it. And so now I believe that I understand the solution. One of the primary solutions, y'all, let me tell y'all, is affordable housing. If you put more affordable housing, if you start from the bottom to the top instead of, let me just say this, revitalization is from the bottom to the top, meaning you start within, you work with the current residents of that community, and you show them how to revitalize with, you know, subsidies, different things, you know, affordable housing that helps, and then you build up. Gentrification, on the other hand, is the other way around. It helps folks at the top because eventually West Dallas is going to be all white.
Right.
Eventually by the Dallas Zoo is going to be all white. And what we have to do is show people how to recognize it, use their voice, but we got to educate them. You know, I don't know if it's getting billboards or keep doing podcasts like this, you know, coming to your event, Chris, at the Builders Roundtable. First of all, that Builders Roundtable was a phenomenal event.
Wow.
I've been building a long time and I learned so much at that roundtable. That's what I need. See, I'm a academia, educational push type guy. I want to keep learning because I want to keep growing. So salute to you on that, brother. But what do y'all think about getting something, I'm talking like a huge event going where we're not only educating people about the value of their land, but we're teaching them about home ownership, teaching them about their credit. No strings attached. You don't have to buy our house. We just want you to buy a house. You follow me?
Man, hey, but yeah, I think we do a contest. I'm not lying. I was in that Trek workshop this weekend, Brother L. I'm thinking that what we do is, this is my opinion. I mean, because I've been brainstorming on this. Man, I'm thinking, man, we gotta show people how they can make money. Like, we can screen education all day. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody said they can make some money, then they like, okay, what I need to do to take it serious. How I know? Because it was me. I was that Negro who's saying, man, forget this. But I swear, once I went and made that first check on just helping somebody move some stuff from my house, I'm like, I made $2,000. Then they showed me how to wholesale land. I made $10,000 on a wholesale property. I'm like, well, what I need to do? Then when I found out the people that I'm selling the land to making $10,000, they making $150,000 off the land. I'm like, well, I need to be making that side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a stimulation of money. How can we put together a simple project to where even we got to use one of my lots and say, hey man, let's get together. We're gonna, hey, let's build some houses and just show people how to use money, or let's show people the money, because that's the only thing that interests black people right now is money. They ain't caring about, and I say that wholeheartedly. Like, Negroes ain't caring about the the community. Negro saying, how can
that's
I
for real.
be? You know what I'm saying?
That's for real.
I've been on
That's
communities
sad.
for 13 years since I've been in Dallas, bro. I just know a lot of people, and I've been in Dallas, and ain't now one of them ever came up to me and said, how can we build our community? Most of them saying, when they take from the community, how can I get some money?
Yeah. Let me be the first person to say, Chris, how can we help the community? Because money is a good motive. I mean, that's a strong motive. But hold on right quick. I just feel there are some people still in place that would care if they knew.
No, I'm not saying they
You
know.
see what I'm saying? Like
It's
grandmama and
you
them
gotta
got
get
50 acres down home. You didn't even know because you know, but you really don't, you don't even care because you just don't even know about land. You don't know about taxes. You don't know about mineral rights. You don't know. I mean, our people are, you ever heard they people die from a lack of knowledge? That's us.
Yeah.
That's why we the sleeping giant, man, because you know, we are the giant, but we just don't know.
And you know what's so funny, E? Because I showed you where my mother had land on Toronto and Pueblo, 752-111. And this is 2011 and 12. Yeah. I didn't know. And I was owning 30, 40 rental houses at that time, but I just didn't know. So you're right. I mean, I honestly, if I'd have known and known better, even if I'd have known, I probably wouldn't. It wasn't my lane. I wasn't educated. But here today, I showed you that piece of property and properties in an area are going for $200K for dirt.
Just for land.
Yeah. I couldn't. 250. 250. Where you at? Ask me. I know because I was so distraught when I was trying to buy a property over off of Topeka.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You know what Topeka is?
Where's Dallas? Yeah.
Where's Dallas?
Gosh.
250 for the lot.
That is unbelievable.
So listen, one more time. Y'all, both of y'all know this on Nomas, Nomas,
yes,
in West Dallas. Right now, Trinity Groves, they just got the first $1 million house in West Dallas.
Oh man.
What about
$1 million? Now hold
on.
What
about the house?
Hold on, Chris. Just to make a quick point. $1 million on Nomas. But did y'all know that 300 families lost their homes over the last 12 months due to that Trinity Groves explosion?
That section they raised
300 houses.
Rent property raised up.
Now, what about that section? They're clearing all that. They're clearing all those properties and make for all this mid-rise stuff.
And also changing the zoning, like you were saying, El, changing the zoning as well.
Yeah, but they only do it because the power tied to it. None of that kind of action and protection is happening when it's all black folks. So whatever money speaks, tables get moved around.
Man, I'm gonna see you a video, brother Eric, I got from 2014 of what's happening right now. There was in West Dallas. This has been projected. I mean, I got the videos, it's just crazy. But I'm gonna tell you something. Like, so you saying like Trinity Grove, those high rises, those apartments and all, you got $1 million home. Look at on Pennsylvania in South Dallas.
Had property on there. Grandfather had property in Pennsylvania.
$550,000 for a 4-bedroom house. Upstairs, downstairs.
Listen, y'all, when I started building, land in the South was $8,000, $10,000.
It's sold $550,000.
How about on Marcellus? How about on Marcellus?
That's where black folks really in South Dallas.
Yeah, how about 1 minute from South Oak Cliff High School just sold for $589 on Marcellus.
See what I'm saying?
That's why I wanted to do this podcast, y'all, because guess what's happening to grandmama or the older folk in that neighborhood? They getting squeezed. We don't even have a grocery store in Oak Cliff.
But when they get us up out of there, when they get us all up out of there,
when they get us out, Whole Foods is coming.
It's coming.
Hey, what that man said?
Finshu in South Dallas about to have a Whole Foods across from the Fair Park. Watch the next 24 months, 36 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, listen. Hey, now just on some investment joints, I got a couple of locations on Finshu right across from Fair Park.
I like
it might be something we can jump in on that I came across maybe 2 weeks ago. And it was like $90,000 for the lot. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But it's one of those type of deals where you look at everything and say, dang, what are we doing? And I say we, I'm talking about black folk.
Yeah.
The person that sold the house for $550 and built it was black people.
Wow.
And when I'm talking about black folks, when you got black folks coming in from California who can got approved for $450,000, and I'm gonna go to Oak Cliff and buy a house, a 4-bedroom house for $330,000, and they still got money in their pocket. And then you got folks from the neighborhood who won't even get involved to even try. My partner owned 3 lots. His mama, he won't even, man, I ain't worried about this stuff. I don't understand it, dog.
He just
I don't
didn't know.
understand it.
Yeah,
He's
people
not
not.
aware.
Yeah, people would do better if they knew better, and that's my whole point.
But you can't say you're not aware. If I'm showing them that I'm building, and I'm showing you I'm showing the brother my budget breakdown, how much, how my projections. How you not? You know what I'm saying? The money.
His self-worth. His self-worth is messed up, man. It's so much.
I mean,
so
but that's
deep.
all. But that's 90% of the brothers.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Black folks, these brothers are emasculated. Their society don't like black men. It's so you got all these elements beaten down, brothers. They're tapped out, and so we need an injection of revitality. We need to be revitalized into our communities because black man's spirit is beat down. He don't care because he don't feel like he has no value. Nobody likes him. His black women don't like him. Men don't like him. White folks don't like him. He can't get a job. Money funny. He got all that working on him. He is uninspired. He is fully uninspired.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm just saying you gotta get some inspired people.
That's why we gotta work with young people.
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta go with the young ones.
But I mean, even with the young people, I mean, my son, bro, these people they 12, he 12. They talking about how they can make money. Him and their friends, they doing basketball camps and trying to make cutting grass. But what I'm trying to tell, my point is, we gotta use what people want to make them go get what they need. And it's almost like
you gotta put them in.
So when you show people they can make money in their hand, like you gotta think we microwave people want that money right now. You know what I'm saying?
That brother, you said he got them 3 lots. If he were to put his hands and understand that he's sitting on 3 lots, a whole lot of paper can be in his hands in a matter of a few weeks.
Matter of fact, hold on, Chris, give him my number.
Man,
I mean,
bro,
really. I mean, he don't.
I'm just teasing.
No. Because I'm telling him, he's saying, "Damn, you doing good to houses, bro." He watched me, and I'm telling him, bro, you showed me your 3 lots.
He don't believe in himself, man.
I'm showing you that this stuff is real. You come to my job site and watch me do some stuff.
That's
why you don't want to get involved.
He haven't left a closing yet. Yeah, once he go to one closing, what I realized when you leave a closing with a big, large wire coming your way,
that money. Tell what the wire is, E. Tell him what the wire is, E. Tell him what the wire means.
Hold on, but I'm saying if your same kinfolk with the 3 lots left a closing on one lot, he would turn into a whole different person. That's why I'm saying we got to educate folk. If I mean, they might buy in, they might not, but what if they do? What if they just try? You know, there's a lot of people, y'all working 20, 30, 40 years that could do a self-directed IRA and get in the game. You know, we got to educate our folk. A lot of folks can buy a house at a 600 Beacon, but they are 618 renting, but they just don't know.
Right. We weren't conditioned to know that. We weren't conditioned to be built that way. Right. It's just that's something somebody else do. You know,
and then you know what?
We're scared.
And even now it's getting so thin, Eric and L, that now people that's even getting to know, now their credit, they get improved, but they only get improved with 250, 275.
Why?
So right now, bro, I got 20 lots that we coming out with. Bro, they already sold to black folks who already been pre-approved because now the affordable housing not there no more. Like Brother Eric was saying, we gotta get into affordable housing. Yeah. We gotta be able to get people. The lady was so happy, man. I'm telling you, we sold a house at 262 or 265. It praised at 330, man.
Gosh.
And the guy was like, you gonna just sell the house, leave the money in the house? I say, well, I'm building affordable housing. And my contributions get black folks some equity when they come to the house. That's how I feel. I'm gonna do good.
Come on now.
But I done made $50,000 off a house when I could have made 130. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have people who feel the need to say, I'm building black. And I'm just saying, once the people see the money, they're gonna get more interested in how to make the money.
And they'll keep that house up too.
And they're gonna keep that house up. They know what it's worth. They're gonna, and I'm only saying that out of experience because I don't care, I didn't even care. But I'm like, damn, I can make some money and I don't have to go to work. I can really work for myself. I'm gonna got my own LLC, start calling Eric, brother, how can I know what I need to do? Whatever we need to do. And I believed in saying I can make some money doing this, then cool. So we got to redefine what success look like for us as black people.
Right.
What Ed was saying. What is success? Is it microwave success or is it long-term success? You know what I mean? And what is money? What is money? Because we sitting on money, but we want to be given the money, not going to earn the money.
Wow.
And that's real, bro. How many people, Eric, you didn't try to tell you to come, and I know you have, brother, y'all come on through. You have to go get essays to work because you know your brothers, you didn't try them. L, you didn't try them.
Yep.
They won't come to work. You know, and I'm not saying they're knocking us. I'm saying this divide that we gotta be on. People want instant money, instant gratification, and then they're gonna burn it because they don't know what to do with it. The next thing you know, they back at square one. So they go back, like Eric said, L saying, what we're gonna do to teach these people how to keep money. Man, I be looking at these drug dealers, my friend, and these rappers. I ain't gonna say drug dealers. I'm gonna talk about my rapper partners, who got money. Eric, in the meeting, I was telling about them guys I was recognizing. Hey man, I'm glad they came out at the round table.
Yeah,
because I've been forcing them. It took me 8 months to get them out to come to a meeting. They throw $20,000 in a strip club on the weekends, and they say that's lit.
Gosh,
I say, bro, do you know how many houses you can build? That's why I got up and say, nah, y'all three come get these papers.
Right. But see, hold on, Chris, you educating. Those brothers they don't know. Like if people in the street knew the money that was popping in the real estate market right now, they wouldn't be in the street. And that's where we come in. At. I want to tell those brothers, hey man, let me, why don't you shadow me? Let me just show you something right quick. Most of our people, they don't want to share the information. You know, all of us three are a special breed because typically our people get the information and they hoard it.
Right.
Because they don't want they don't want to create their own competition per se, but this is a big city.
You know, and I guess maybe I'm naive to that, brother, because I'm so open. I'm trying to get everybody get it. And the dude told me,
that's why I like you, Chris.
He's like, Chris, man, you know who your competitors are? I say, yeah. I say, Mr. Rod, this is my senior mentor is my competitor. That was in their mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm saying he ain't a competitor. I'm just helping him come up and he help me come up. I'm not competing with him for the land.
Right.
We can do it together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to come over to deal. Eric, need to have on the next show and we can put it out. Street investors.
No, it kind of get tricky with that. Now I'm just gonna be transparent. It kind of get tricky with that because at one point they consider it to be helping them watch their money. So you have to be very careful about brothers that's not paying their taxes and stuff like that.
Well, how we need to be, man. People just got money. They don't use their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll wash it. And I don't know about washing money. I'm illiterate to that. But what I do know is when I see somebody going by and throwing $20,000 strip club and making it rain, and then coming and spending $50,000 on a necklace that they don't have no value, then I'm saying, brother, come with me.
Right. No,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. If they knew better, they would do better. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I'm just uptight, bro, because I hurt my heart, and I want to go to L's spot. I go to Eric's spot. I share all your stuff. Even though I'm a builder, I'm sharing my brother's stuff. Black folk.
For sure.
Black folks, we gotta have. Man, I'm on this black stuff.
We are all we
Serious,
got.
man.
We all
We
we
all
got.
we got. We
Yeah,
all
all
we
we
got,
got.
man.
Ain't nobody coming to help
Wow.
us for Nathan.
And everybody gonna take everything we got, including Hispanics. Hispanics they look at Black Americans like crap. Like y'all is below us.
Mm-hmm.
And we Black Americans say we the hardest in the streets.
But don't
They
own
have
none of the streets.
don't own not a street.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
sad.
only saying that because it's us, man. I mean, the gentrification issue is gonna be there. It ain't going nowhere. America is capitalism at its finest. But what we gonna do? The brothers in New York and Brooklyn, man, I was reading that deal, they was mad. Man, the rapper jokers was mad. They just bought up the whole block somewhere in Brooklyn for $25 million. I said, damn.
Why don't y'all do it?
What I was like, why y'all ain't put together? Man, you got all the money. Y'all got all the money in Brooklyn. Jay-Z said he could have bought a joint for $2 million on this song, and then he passed it up. But now it was worth $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So for me, brother, I'm just saying, what are Black people? Because I was real passionate because I was being a devil advocate with Brother E about gentrification. And I was saying it because I feel like we don't care about our own gentrification. And that's bottom line. Like, I just want people to know, you can scream white people. Miss Betty Cobra said, Chris, I was screaming gentrification, Brother Eric. I'm not lying to you. She said, well, what is you doing to make sure that they ain't get done? She said, have you even tried and get some property? Have you even put a proposal together for them to tell you no before you start fussing? I didn't. They ain't told me no yet. When they came and talking about building that the Blue Line train over there that's going to behind UNT. Yeah. UNT Dallas, man, is the #1 growing school in America. Off of University, they changed the name from Houston School Road to University Hills.
Right.
They put a Blue Line train all the way to the back. Blue Line. That's all Catherine Gilliam, all the neighborhoods over there, all that, everything going up. They put train. They building the whole land over there. They got 300 homes from 350 to 500,000. They got another set of homes coming over there from $275 to $350,000. And I'm saying that because this is Black people land that they sold. They wanted instant money.
Gosh,
instant money.
El, give me some closing thoughts, man.
Oh man, oh gosh, this is a very good topic, man. A very good discussion, and for me, I'm at the point of saying, you know what, get your ass up. Now, excuse my words, get up and
no
get
cussing, El.
I know. Oh man, it's hard to express it any other kind of way. And I got some words, but you know what? I think we got work to do. I think the fate of our people is still in our own control. I think that we can steer this thing into a whole nother direction. There is a sunrise coming, and we do have the time to make the difference. We just got to get to a point where we know that we still got trust for each other. We got love for each other. We do. We're hungry. I think one thing, we are the hungriest out of anybody in America. We just don't have the direction. We need a blueprint. We need a map. We need some folks that's got some muscles, folks that's got tenacity, and folks who are got unwavering love for their people. And then with us, 2 of us become 4, becomes 8, and so on and so forth. So I'll take away from this feeling good, because you first got to admit to what the problem is, identify what it is, admit to it, and then what are the solutions? And the solutions are what we can create and what we can manage. We are able to do this. We can make this thing turn around, and it ain't too late.
For sure.
But we can't waste no time.
Brother Chris, give me some closing remarks.
First of all, I want to say, Brother Eric, man, I thank you sincerely. Not just because I'm on your show, not just because that you got knowledge. I thank you for being a Black man who care about Black folks, and someone like me who people think Chris Key knows stuff, but I really call this man a lot. and I lean on black folks a lot. Like I really call them a lot, and I mean it because I don't be knowing stuff. He'll tell you. My deal is saying black folks. That's it. My clothes are saying black folks. Pimp C said it best. We can't catch up. We got to catch in.
That's right.
Come on now.
And my only closing statement is saying black people get involved.
Get involved. Get involved. Most definitely, man. Thank y'all, brothers, for chiming in. April the 27th, we're going to have a call to action, Dallas City Hall. We want in. We want in.
I'm gonna make that a flyer name. We want in.
I like that.
We want in. Hey, thank y'all, brothers, so much, man. And I'm definitely gonna have y'all on here before we finish this year out, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate you,
man.
Mr. Johnson.
All right. Well, everybody, I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out. Sunday Night Live with author Eric Johnson, episode 2 tonight, Gentrification. Just, man, wow. Deep topic. I'd like to salute to the brother Chris Keith and the brother Albert Thomas for taking time out to join in and give their perspective on this very, very, very complex issue. And a couple things that we took out of it is if our people knew better, they would definitely do better. And it's okay to salute being black. It's okay, y'all. It's okay to say that we for black excellence, that we are for our community. We're for helping one another. We're for sharing with one another, loving on one another. That's okay. Next week, guys, we're going to switch lanes a little bit. We're going to go into special education, special needs, real deep topic, real deep topic. I want you guys to kind of know what's going on in the community. Special guest, Amy Williams, who's been in this space for the last 14 years. Degreed, exceptional, my family. So we definitely can't wait till next week. Until next week, guys, y'all be blessed.
Everything you want in life, I believe, is right outside your comfort zone.
Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Sunday Night Live.